All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. First off, happy Cinco de Mayo to everybody that's out there celebrating. And if you have a drink in your hand, go ahead and chug a lug for me as well. And if you're taking a shot, go ahead and take a shot for me too. But
Already.
thank y'all so much for tuning in with us tonight. It is your favorite power team. You know, we are definitely in the building. We already know that you could have chose to be anywhere in the world, but you all chose to be right here with us. So, for those of you guys that don't know who we are, we will like to go ahead and introduce ourselves. I go by the name of Kesha Cash.
And I'm your girl, J Money.
This your boy, Dr. Real, Mr. Motivational. Let's go. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Let's
All
go.
right, y'all. Y'all already know we got like a lot of hot topics tonight. We got some good stuff, good stuff. Hopefully, you guys can pay attention to us a little bit while you're out there celebrating Cinco de Mayo and, just enjoying the day.
Yeah,
Thinking
absolutely.
of Thinking of Cinco de Mayo, I thought about some colors. Cause like, what's the colors, y'all, for Cinco de Mayo? Is it like what? Green,
Yellow
yellow,
and
Green,
orange.
green,
white,
yellow.
green,
Okay,
white,
all those
yellow.
colors, right? Okay, cool,
Mhm.
cool, cool. So, what I thought about doing was the purpose of me doing this is because a lot of you guys, you're already entrepreneurs or you're in the business of looking for someone to partner with. You're in the business of looking for, someone
Hello.
that you want to actually have on your team or join forces when it comes to networking. And what I find is that a lot of times we don't really we don't really know the personalities of certain people. And it could really deter us away from having a strong person, on our team. It's just some of those things that we may not understand about that person that could really actually be really good qualities. So, first, the exercise that I want everybody to do is I'm gonna give you a couple of colors, and I want you to post in the chat two things. Well, first, I just want you to post what color you think that you are, because you got to kind of know what color you are, right? In order to like make sure
Mhm.
that you're noticing certain things with other people, it's very important to know what color you are. So, in order for us to do that, let's find out now. So, I'm gonna give y'all some choices, and the first color that we are going to actually read off is red. One of the colors is red. We have blue, we have yellow, and we have green. So I want you to go ahead and type which color you think connects to you. I'm going to go over them again. Okay?
Yes,
So we
please.
have red, blue, yellow, and green. So
So are
type.
these colors tied to something, or we just have to pick a color?
You're going to pick your color. This is what I'm just right now. You're going to guess what color you think you may be. I'm going to actually tell you the color and define what that color is, and I want you to determine and identify if you identify with that color. Okay, I got some people already coming in. Cam Harris, she said
Mm.
red. Okay, girl.
Okay, Kim.
All right, we got who else? Kim, she says she's red. Robin says she's green. Come on, y'all, drop J Money. What color?
I'm red.
Red. Okay. Dr. Real, what color?
That's my favorite color.
I need to know. I need to know it first. 'Cause I don't
What
know.
color did he? What color did you
Uh,
say?
I'm gonna go with blue. I'm gonna
Blue.
go with blue.
He said. Okay, he said blue.
Mhm.
All right, and I see Robin said green. I'm gonna be honest. I'm
I'm thinking
honestly,
red for
I
real though.
know that I'm a red, but I know I got a little bit. I got some blue in me, and that's kind of why I wore the blue shirt tonight because I already know I got that blue in me. But I want you guys to check this out. And then if you feel it does not identify with you, change your color. You can type your new color in the comments. But I think it's just very important to recognize some of these things. So, for those of you all that chose red, let's read off red. All right, y'all.
Interesting.
Red. This personality type is an easy one to spot. Reds are the movers and the shakers of the world. You won't have to tell a red what to do because they are probably already doing it. They like the spotlight and have loads of confidence. A red will have no issues directing people. They are competitive and they like to be on top. A red person likes to win. So the reason why I wanted to read, somebody said change your mind to red. hold on, Robin. But the reason why I wanted to share this is because have you ever been in a situation and you seen a person and they always jump up and they feel like, dang, you like, I wasn't even talking to you. And they just go over and start talking. That's their personality. That means that if that person was on your team, if that person was networking with you, that's that person that you don't have to watch is going to be doing things that you didn't even ask that person to do. But that's just who they are. They don't mean any harm. They may seem like they're aggressive, but they're not. They actually like to win. And before you can finish your statements, they're going to actually do those things. Starcase said red. They're going to do those things to actually win by all means. Now, this is how you communicate with a red. When communicating with a red, you should be direct. However, you don't want to be pushy. It's important to earn their respect. So be sure to know your facts because they are direct. They appreciate when you are as well. Red people ain't got time to be figuring shit out. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, all that yip yap and you trying to, sugarcoat, they're really looking at you like, what? Like what? I don't know what you're talking, what? They don't get it. You need to be direct with them and let them know exactly what it is you need from them and they gonna go get it. Straight up. Like they don't like to be confused. All right. I have some people out there that said green. Well, Robin, you said you changing yours, but we're gonna have to still stick with it for right now. You're gonna be green. She said she's changing it. All right. So let's jump over to the green, y'all. When you think of the type A personalities, those are likely greens. They are organized and they need order. They can't handle chaos and they love to do their research. Greens prefer crunching numbers to building relationships and they value the facts. Green people are usually very analytical people. Not only that, they're usually those, what do you call those people that when something get out of place, it's like the house just burnt down or something. What is that? Phobia. It's a phobia. Not they like order. I can't even think of the word right now. Oh, yes, exactly.
OCD.
Usually yes, that's usually a green person. Now, again, that is still somebody that you would want on your team because the thing about it is that things have to be organized. Things have to be in order, and sometimes a red person is doing 1,000 things, so you need that green to calm you down and bring things back together to make sure things move forward. But you got to identify these people and you got to know how to communicate with them. This is how you communicate with the green. Of all the colors, it's very important to be honest with the green. Their relationships are built on facts, respecting boundaries and trust. Be direct with the green and stick to the facts. Telling personal stories likely won't get you any brownie points with them. They like efficiency, so try to cut out all the fluff. All right. I hope I'm teaching y'all because I'm gonna tell you something. Well, she said she red and green. That I don't know if you could do that, Robin.
That's all laughing because she talking about she red and
So
green.
she's red and green. So someone else said I have a little yellow in me. So let's see what yellow is all about. The yellows of the world are the sensitive type. It sounds like a Cancer zodiac sign. You might be right. Okay, the yellows of the world are the sensitive type. They're usually soft spoken and have a warm and friendly personality. A yellow will care deeply about others and they have a great deal of empathy.
Yellow.
When you think of animal lovers, people who love meditation and yoga and who connect with the outdoors, those are usually yellow people. Those people that are, they might say they don't like dogs, but then they can't get enough of the dog because somebody actually asked them to watch the dog, and now they fell in love with the dog, and now they want a dog. Those are usually those yellow people. So, how you communicate with them? With the yellow, you don't want to come on too strong, not at all. Be very, these are very empathetic people. They pick up on body language and tone very easily. Be honest and upfront with them and keep topics positive. They don't like negativity.
Yellow.
Having a reassuring attitude, relaxed posture, and a calm tone will help with communicating with them. So typically with a yellow person, in order for them to get the job done, it's not that they'll just go and do it without you telling them to do it because they don't want to step on anyone's toes and they wouldn't want you to step on their toes. So in order for them to get the job done, you can't talk to them like they're a kid or anything like that. You just have to nicely ask them what it is that you want them to do, and they're going to do it to perfection, straight up.
Well, I'm not
Again,
yellow. I'm not
again
red.
you again you want one of those on your team because it sets balance. Everybody hears things differently, everybody responds differently, and you get different results based on how you communicate with certain people. They said preach. I'm trying to preach, y'all. It's Cinco de Mayo. I'm trying to give you the business. Okay.
Okay, okay.
All
What's
right.
wrong with these blues,
L-
though? What's wrong with the blues?
Yeah, yeah.
last but not least, we
Blue.
have that blue person. Blue.
Mm.
All right, y'all.
You sit back and hear this.
Blues are extroverts. They're the life of the party. Generally, blues have a large social circle with lots of friends and connections. They are naturally friendly and outgoing, and it's easy to build a relationship with a blue. They value fun and friendship. Now, this is how you communicate with a blue. Truthfully, a blue will probably do the majority of the talking, and that's okay. The best way to build trust with a blue is to build a relationship with them. Treat them like a friend and keep conversations light and casual. Blues about their business. They'll ha ha and kiki and smile with you, but they automatically know when it's time to get back to business. They don't want you to feel like it's not okay to come to them and tell them your problems, and they want that family type dynamic to make you feel like family, but at the end of the day they really trying to take care of their business and they ain't got time to be playing games. And that's how they really they like that type of circle so that they don't have to explain that to anybody, and the people in their circle usually automatically pick up on that and they understand. So y'all, this was something I wanted to share with you all because again, I just feel like we have a lot of people out there and we miss out on opportunities sometimes because we go in it by looking, I'm gonna say judging a book by its cover. Like
Absolutely.
you're looking and you're saying, yeah, don't look like that person. But sometimes you have to watch and sometimes you have to actually just pay attention to some of these things that will still give the value in what it is that you're looking for. And I challenge each and every one of you when you're out there networking, start identifying people by these colors. And now that you know what color you are, you should be able to know who you're easily going to connect with.
Well, I changed mine
I
from
think I'm
red
the
to
whole
yellow.
about.
What was it again?
I said, I think I'm the whole crayon box because I got a little bit of all of that.
But
So I'm like,
you
I'm the whole
can't
crayon
be.
box
Mm-mm.
because I have all of that.
Well, you can't. You can change. Your color can actually change. Usually, it does. As you grow. But at the end of the day, Star said Mike Mitch is a blue for sure. I already know he definitely is a blue. But it usually changes, and it's okay to change. But the main thing is you got to know who you are and what you identify with. But
I'm
that's all I
definitely a
had.
yellow, the nurturing.
You're nurturing. That's
Yes,
what Cam said. I'm definitely a yellow. I
I'm
believe
definitely
you
a
are,
yellow.
Cam. You're definitely a yellow. So how do y'all feel about that? Like, what do y'all when you're in a room of people and you begin to have people walk up to you and they start to talk to you, like, how do you really identify if you're going to connect with that person, take that person's number down and keep a relationship with them, or do you take for what's happening at that moment right then to determine whether you want to actually still communicate with that person? How does that work for y'all?
I'm a body language reader. That's my thing. When I first meet people, when they're talking to me, I'm more looking at what their body is saying to me versus what their mouth saying. You make your mouth say anything. You know what I'm saying? But your
Absolutely.
body language will tell you the truth if you're paying attention to it. So I like to people watch and see like, okay, see how they move.
And I'm like
You
that
know,
too, Dr. Real. I'm big on actions.
yeah. Like you
I
I
said,
agree.
you can say anything. It's too
her
easy
lips
to
will
me to
say
make anything.
anything.
Yeah, say what you
I
want.
agree.
You know, you say
um
whatever comes to your mind.
Hmm.
I agree. Sometimes for me, I can kind of pretty much tell immediately whether we connect or not based on just the vibe. Just the conversation sometimes in itself,
Hmm.
or the same things we may laugh about, or the same things we may not laugh about. So if we're in a room and say there's a guy trying to get the attention of everybody, or he's jokingly doing certain things, I can kind of tell by the people that's in my circle how we begin to acknowledge what just took place by our personalities, and what whether we are the same, or at the same time whether we can still connect and we're not the same. But at the same time, I know that I'm a different kind of person. I'm a very different kind of person, and I like to identify people even if they have that niche and they don't even know they have it right then. So I'm intrigued by a lot of different things, but I also can quickly identify a person that I can be in partnership with, meaning that we both can connect together and create and invent something together. Or if it's a person that don't really want all of that and they just want to actually kind of stay behind the scene and just
Hmm.
be involved within a circle. And a lot of times you have to identify that as well. You can walk into a networking party and you thinking everybody in there is wanting to be start their own company. That sometimes is not the case. And you have to still identify those type of people because you don't want to go that route with them, and that's not really what they're trying to do. So none of those things don't have to be negative. It's just something that needs to be identified so that you can make sure that you are pushing the right things up on the right people. So I like people in general because I like to
So,
research
so what
people.
about people like like me who connect with everybody? But far as business wise, I would have to get to know you personally to see where your mindset is. But when I walk in a room, I just connect with everybody. And my daughter's like, "How do you do that? Like, how do you just talk to strangers and y'all just conversate, have a conversation like you've been knowing them for years?" I said, "I don't know. It's just I've been like that my whole life. Everybody I've ever dealt with in my life, that catch, I walked up to them and started talking to them, and we automatically connect. I just
Well, I
connect
think
with
it's
people.
because like you said, you have a motherly type of something about you. Me personally, I don't have a motherly anything about me, although I'm a mother. You know what I'm saying? But that does not mean that people don't connect with me. They connect with
Hmm.
me for different reasons, meaning that
Absolutely.
they the same conversations that people are open to have, like possibly with you, they're open to have it with me as well. But that's not the
Mhm.
reason why they connected to me.
Mhm.
It wouldn't be because you're probably more nurturing, and you're probably going to be the one to
I am.
pat them and tell them it's going to be okay, and rub them on the back, and
I,
drop some
you're gonna be
tears. Me,
okay. Yeah.
I'm the one that's trying so hard and probably will not cry because I don't want to cry, but I'm going to give you some encouraging words. I'm going to give you some
Mhm.
nuggets that's going to help you. I'm going to still give you the results of the help that you need. It just will be in a different form. So it's like, I think we all attract people for different reasons.
I definitely agree with that.
Okay, y'all. I did not mean to take up that much time, but
Well,
y'all,
I'm good
I like
conversation though.
I like
That's
doing
okay.
stuff like this
I
because
like that.
it does help you identify people and different things about them in a different way without having to just always, be like, I'm gonna sit back and watch this person. I don't, something ain't right about this. You know what I'm saying? So you have just different ways of doing things and getting the things that you need, but on a positive
It,
note.
it do that
All
low
right.
Absolutely.
vibration for me. It's about the
Right.
energy of all of
Yeah.
it. If no vibrations ain't right, because every time I let my guard down, let some low vibrations in, it never ended well for me. So
Absolutely.
yeah, nah, I'm good on
Absolutely.
that. If I language is good.
Absolutely.
A character versus your character, pay attention and know the difference.
That's right,
That's
Black
right.
Star.
That's
Go ahead
right.
on now.
Mhm.
All right.
That's right.
Okay. We do have other topics. Again, I always get excited. Y'all always know that. But we are going to go ahead and dive into our next topic, and it comes from you, J Money. What you got for us tonight?
uh, okay, it's your girl J Money. Y'all know I always come with something good. I try to anyway. So my topic is tonight independent women. Like let's define an independent woman of today's society. She has her own. She holding down her own. She's doing everything on her own. She's working. She's making good money. She doesn't need anybody for anything. That's the definition of today's independent woman. But I'm here to tell you, ladies, that it's okay to be an independent woman and still depend on a man. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
See, some women feel like it's wrong if you depend on a man on everything that you imagine that you wanted. Like I need to go out here and grind and get it for myself and make sure that I'm grinding enough for I if he was to leave, I would have my own and I don't need him for anything. But of course, if you're in a relationship or you're dating someone, ladies, it's okay to be independent and depend on that man. I cannot see a woman who's saying I'm independent, but you're sleeping with a man. How can you sleep with a man that you can't depend on? Let's talk about that. How can you sleep with a man? Allow this man to come into your space and have sex with you or whatever, but you can't depend on him. I don't know about you, but I can't sleep with a man that I can't depend on. I just can't. I don't care how much money I make. I don't care how much I'm doing in life, but I'm not going to sleep with a man that I can't depend on. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some women, independent women feel like if I depend on a man, I'm weak. That does not make you weak. That does not make you weak. You should not be sleeping with somebody or even have somebody in your space, entertaining somebody, giving somebody your time that you can't depend on because everybody in life needs somebody to depend on. Everybody. If it's not your family, it's not your friends. You need somebody to depend on. But why do most independent women have the stigma that I'm so independent that I don't need no man? Like that, I don't understand that. That I mean, my mindset don't go that far because when I look at, I can be independent, making my own money, doing my own thing. But if you're coming over and you're sleeping in my bed, or I'm entertaining you, or I'm doing things for you, yeah, I'm gonna depend on you for something. What are you doing? You just taking up space? What are you doing? Like we're not doing that. And I'm not saying that, it's not okay that you can't be independent. It's okay to be independent, ladies, but it's also okay to depend on your man. These are our kings. They already dealing with so much in society as a black man. And then you have a black woman who's breaking them down saying, I don't need you for shit. I don't need you for shit. But you need him for your sex. So you need him for something. Because if not, you'll just be out by yourself, not doing anything. Like you have your own toys or whatever you have, but you need it for something. And then, as women, and if you have a son, what are you teaching your son? If you keep saying, "I don't need no man. These men ain't shit. I don't need them for shit." So you're teaching your son when you grow up, ain't no woman gonna need you. Ain't no woman gonna need you. That's not what I'm teaching my son. I'm teaching my son that somebody's gonna need you, and I need you to be that man that she can depend on. I'm gonna need you to be that man. And like I said, ladies, don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing independent women. It just it kind of went. I had put the topic on Facebook, and it was people who were like chiming in. I'm independent. I don't need no man for shit. He can go on and do this and do that. And I'm like, are you single? No. So what are you depending on him for? So you do need him for something. And it's just I just want us to chime in on that. It's okay, ladies, if you are independent, it does not make you vulnerable if you say I depend on a man to do this, or I need a man to do that, or I need to do a man to do this or that. But we just need to start valuing our brothers as kings like they're supposed to be and say, hey, I need you for something. I don't care what it is. I depend on you. Because I'm not going to sleep with a man, like I stated, that I can't depend on. I'm sorry, I'm just not. How do y'all feel
Well,
about that?
I think that I think a couple of things. One, I think there's a difference between dependent and independent. And I think that sometimes we get those words mixed up and we put it all under the same umbrella as being independent. I
Hmm.
also believe that if you're in a relationship with somebody, um, oh, let me see. He said something probably close. He said, Star K said, I love a woman that's reliant but not dependent.
Okay, Star K.
Okay, Star K. Um, wh- what I'm trying to say is that sometimes we actually get it misunderstood, and the majority of women that you hear saying that they are single and independent. Now, they may be a little bit embarrassed to say that because if a person is already like you mentioned, you said if I'm lying up with someone and I'm having sex with this person and I'm doing all these things, then yeah, I need him for something. But on the flip
Absolutely.
side of that, have you established certain things with this man, and are you okay with other things that may be going on around that? Because just like you need that man and you're depending on him and you're not shouting independency, there's
And he
probably
needs you
three or
too.
four other women doing the same, and
Absolutely.
they would be in the right to do so if you and that man is not in a relationship.
Mhm.
So if you're in a relationship, I'm a little confused at women that's in a relationship with a man and they are yelling that they're independent. Now, if someone chose to not depend upon a man and they have not established those boundaries, that's just a call that they've made within themselves. I don't think they're afraid to say that they need that man. I think their guards are up because they know that they're really not in a position to force anything up on that man.
And it's not that I don't think that women should be independent or they don't need to depend on a man. But if you're entertaining a man, why would you not have that conversation with that man? If I needed you, can I depend on you? You're entertaining him. You're giving him your time. You're investing something in him. Why would you not have that conversation of saying, "Hey, if I needed you, could I depend on you?" And if he say no, then that's you have to go from there. But you still should have that conversation of like, if I needed you, could I depend on you? If it ain't nothing but if I need you for $5 for gas, would you be able to give it to me? And that
Mm-hmm.
does not make that's not taking away my independency that I make my own money, I pay my own bills. I don't need no man paying my bills if he choose to. Now let's put that in the atmosphere. That's good too. I need some man to pay my bills. Let's put that in the atmosphere. But yeah, I would love that. But it's not saying that I don't need this man for something. And that's all that's what I'm saying. And it's like I don't I feel like in the black culture most women, I'm not gonna say every woman, but most women are raised to say, you don't need no man for shit. You always do your own thing. You do what you gotta do and you make sure you good and don't make sure no man is good for you. But I don't believe in that. I just don't.
I mean,
I feel like I'm raising mine to a woman gonna need you for something, and I need you to be that man for her.
Let me read Black Market
here's
Star's comment. It says, he was referring to meaning you look to me and allow me to be the man, but you are very
Absolutely.
capable of doing what I am capable of doing, but you allow me to
Absolutely.
lead and be the man first.
Black
Absolutely.
Star,
But
that's what
here's
I'm
the thing.
saying.
But I want to share this with you though, and that's where I think it gets confusing. What he makes is a valid point, but he's
Absolutely.
also, in my opinion, speaking in terms of being in a relationship with somebody, because you get a chance to watch this man be a man. Y'all are probably living together. Y'all are probably interacting with a whole lot of different things. And again, I want to say this: those women that you're talking about, I just don't. I think those are women that are just not safe with trusting because they're not confined to one man. And not only that, I think they're not even dependent upon that man because they have several others they're depending on as well. When you have a relationship with someone and it's just you and that person, I think that's automatically understood that you can lean on him and he can lean on you. But most of the time, if women are not fully committed to a man in a certain way, they have a couple of other different guys that they're interacting with anyways.
And
That's
that's
just my
okay
opinion.
if you have 5 or 6 guys, you should be able to depend on all 5 or 6 of them
And that's what I'm
to do
saying.
something. I
That's
don't
what I'm
care what it
thinking.
is.
That's what I'm thinking it is. So I'm saying that just because it doesn't look like that person is stressing this person out because it's probably known or seen that they're engaging with that person, they probably have 3 or 4 other people that they're also interacting with. And I know for sure I can call on this person, daddy, uncle, this
Absolutely.
bae, this boo, whomever, because that's the mentality. Because again, if you already got an understanding with somebody, what's understood shouldn't even have to be
Yes.
explained. The whole independent thing comes from women that are really typically independent,
But
like for real.
they are independent. But independent does not mean that you can't be vulnerable to allow a man to help you. It does not mean that. And it's like you make 5 figures, you make more money than he do. I don't need you, but you're entertaining him. What? So if something happens, because everything we done experienced COVID and nobody expected that to happen, but things happen. Can I depend on you? I don't care
I
how
mean,
much I'm making or how dependent I am.
but first and foremost, I don't need the ladies to try to prove to us men that you're independent because obviously we're two independent people coming together trying to make it one. So that's already
Mm,
like Edward said, if it's already understood, you don't need to
Right.
explain it. We
absolutely.
should know that. We should be looking for a teammate. One thing used to piss women off about me, I should always say this, and I still say it. Everybody gotta learn to play their position sometime.
Absolutely, Dr. Real.
Y'all learn how to
Absolutely.
play their position. You know what I'm saying? And you might be the one being the breadwinner this time, or you might be the one, whatever, but you gotta learn how to play your position. So there's nothing
Hmm.
wrong with having your own. You should have your own.
That's
So
right.
why should you come in and be independent?
Exactly.
There's
You
nothing wrong with having
know,
your own.
the ultimate goal for anyone that wants to experience love is to take what they done built, to merge it with someone what somebody else built, and to make it better. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
marriage and
Absolutely.
relationship are the ultimate business deal. Because you depend on another person, you can fail at any time. You know what I'm saying? So you were both dependent on the other, but coming in independently. That's
Right.
it.
And that's true. And it's not that I'm saying that like women, y'all can't depend on men. Like there's a man who doesn't need a woman because it could be vice versa. Men depend on women, women depend on men. And as y'all don't establish that, then y'all establish that. When I'm saying the independent woman that I put on Facebook, and she like, I make this much money. I don't need a man for shit. I said, oh, she's sleeping by herself. She's playing with toys. What she doing? Because
Why she's
you're coming on my post like I said something wrong. Of course, the first person you're supposed to depend on is Jesus Christ, because He won't fail you or nor deceive you. But I was like, well, I inboxed her separately and said, "Oh, I'm sorry." I said, "That was just a post that I put." I said, "I just want to get a feedback from you." I said, "When you say you don't need a man for shit, can you just elaborate on that?" And then she said, I'm in corporate America and I make this much money. And when I come to a table with a man, he got to come and match what I have." And I said, "Okay, well, I understand that, but tell me why you say you don't need to depend on him." I said, "Are you single? Are you dating?" She said, "I've been dating somebody for 2 years
Well,
and I
well,
don't need
here's the
him for
thing.
shit."
But
That's what
I
she said.
still, when I hear you say that, J Money, I still take it a little
Okay.
bit different because it's a difference from being needed and a difference from being wanted. What I just heard you say is she don't need a man. Not that she doesn't want one. It just means that her mindset is if I have to take care of this business, I'll take care of this business. Me personally, I don't want to be needed. I would rather be wanted. Because the thing
That's
about it is, when you become of a need to someone, it kind of makes it seem as if you are holding something over their head. And same thing with a woman. If I become needy of a man, this means I need him, and it could make him feel as if like I can't function or do anything without him, and it's a crutch. It's
but
kind of
I
like a.
don't feel that way.
Well, I know you don't. That's why we're having our separate discussions. I'm saying that when I hear you say that, I don't want you to always think that a woman is saying they don't need a man because I think we all do, and I think that we understand that. However, it's
Yeah,
still
for
a
something.
difference in what is the way we're using the term. We could say we don't need a man, and it's okay, but that does not mean we
It's
don't want
okay.
one. It does not mean we don't want one. We don't have to be needy. Is what all I'm
So
trying to
I don't
say.
I don't
When I
think I was saying more of she needed like, oh, she need him. But you gotta, I said depend means if he can do this or do that for you, then why not establish that with him to depend on him for? Because she could be in corporate America today and be homeless tomorrow. That's just the world we live in. So why are you sleeping with a man 2 years and that you saying I don't need him for shit? You lying. You
well,
need him
have
for
you ever asked?
something.
Well, how about if you were to? He said for shit. He said the key word was for shit.
Absolutely for shit.
But you know what I'm saying. So what I'm trying to say is that I still think sometimes people may be not given the benefit of the doubt of their feelings towards certain things, and we may assume sometimes they're saying things that they may possibly not
But
be
that's why I
saying.
reached out to her. That's why I indexed. I don't even know the girl. I reached out to her because she said that on my post, and I'm like, well, I'm intrigued. Let me just reach out to her in inbox on Messenger, and that's what she said. And she said, I've been with him 2 years, but I don't need him for shit. And I said, okay. Yeah, I've been here 2 years. You don't need him? No, I pay my own bills. I'm working corporate America. I make my own money. What is he doing? You've been with
I
him
mean,
2 years. What is he doing?
why lead with that tone though? If that is her, if she answered your question, why lead
That's
with that the first out your mouth?
And,
You know
and
what I'm saying?
she said it with aggression. Like, I don't need no man for
What are you
shit.
feeling from your past you ain't handled yet? You're right. You don't need no man because you're not going to be any use to him or to yourself to get yourself together. Because
And
I was some anger there. He's leading, but I don't need nobody. Nah, don't do that.
I just feel like we
Yeah.
need to start valuing our brothers, our kings. I need you. I'm not saying I need you like you actually I need you in my world, but I need you for something. If it ain't but for sex, yeah, y'all know me. I need you for sex. I need you to put gas in my car. I need you to mow the damn lawn. I need you to
But that's what I'm
make sure
saying,
you
Jay
keep the
Money.
house up. I
But
need
Jay
you for
Money, this is
something.
all I'm saying. This is all I'm saying. Take the two things you just said. I need you to mow my lawn. I need you to put gas in my car. But do you really need them to do it?
I don't need them, but I'm not gonna sit here and entertain you, and I can't depend on you for nothing. I'm
That's
sorry,
all I'm
I'm not.
saying. But if
I
need
don't
be,
need
you
you,
could
but
do it
I
yourself.
say
But
that
but
I
if
need you to do
need
it.
be, you could do it yourself, right?
Absolutely.
That's
But
all
if
I'm
I'm
saying.
with
So you
you
don't really
and we're
need them to
entertaining
do it.
each
You
other,
want them to do it, and you would like for them to do it, and that's what you would like in your relationship.
yeah. But if I'm with you and we're together or we're in a relationship and I've been with you 2 years, I'm not gonna sit here and fix my mouth and say, "Oh, I don't need you for shit." I'm lying. I need you for
Yeah,
something.
that's.
I need you for
I agree.
something. I
I agree.
need your ass for something. But like I said, let me put that in the atmosphere. I need somebody to pay my bills.
I'm sorry. Were you saying
No,
something
just
on it,
play.
Dr. Real?
No, I was laughing at her. That was funny.
No, no, but that was just something I was like intrigued about. Like it's okay not to want a man or not to need him. It's okay, but if you're entertaining somebody, I do feel like that they should be somebody you can depend on for something. I don't care what it is. I mean, and I
I
just like I stated, I can't teach my son who's coming up, who's 25, 27, that a woman not going to need you. I
Yeah,
want you to be
I
that
just
man.
I don't know too many women that don't want a man unless they've already defined their status as something else. That's all I'm saying.
They
I
need
mean, we
them.
want men like like ain't you want. I mean, I don't know unless they've
They need them.
already jumped the fence and they have another status. I just don't. I don't know too. I have not heard too many women say they don't want a man.
They
I
want them. They want them because they need them for sex. I just said that. They want them.
I
So you're
I
depending
don't.
on
I'm
them
not
for
saying it's
sex.
for sex.
You're depending on them for something.
I do
What
not
do you
think
want them
it's
for?
because of sex. You
But
want them to because you want them because they're good company. You want them because you mentally connect with them.
you hear that?
You
You
want
want
them
them.
because what?
You hear that? You want them, meaning you depend on them because they got good company, they got good sex, they got good. They're around. You want
No.
them. That's what I'm saying. So you can depend on them.
I don't think that's dependent on them. She said you need a sugar daddy, J Money.
I
That was
do.
funny.
You see, you got one.
I'm loving the
You,
conversation though.
you got one, see? He be in
Okay.
my inbox.
Y'all, this was really, really good. We got a lot of people chiming in, and I think it is something good to talk about. I think us women also need to do another thing, just to chime into Jay Money's topic. We need to be more clear about some of the things that we do say because it
Yeah,
could easily be misconstrued, and it makes us look
absolutely.
a certain way when it's possible that we're not really meaning to come off that way. So I
Hmm.
think we need to be clear and set expectations, but
Absolutely.
we got to communicate a little bit better and we got to make it known of what we're asking for, from our brothers,
Absolutely.
these
Our black
men.
beautiful kings.
That's right. All right, y'all. Woo. Cinco de Mayo got time flying by. All
More
right.
power.
They do.
Well, we do have another topic to get into, and that comes from you, Dr. Real. What you got?
So we're gonna talk about saving our energy tonight.
Mm.
Mm.
Okay, that snowstorm came through Texas. We got hit pretty hard and lost a lot of our energy. Some of us have that same problem right now. We're not saving our energy. So is your relationship or friendship exhausting you? Do you hate to see that name come across the screen on your phone? Do you hate when they hit you on text message? You know what they're gonna come with is gonna be something draining. It's never something good. There's always something wrong. Are you experiencing anxiety, fatigue that you never had, frustration when you talk and hang out with them? Save your energy. They're not for you. I just talked about earlier about that low vibration you get off people. If you're high vibration and all they give you is low, it's nothing no different than a battery. You're a low drain battery. You're a high drain battery, well, a low drain battery in a high drain device. So no matter how many batteries you put inside of them, they drain you and move it. You reload up, they drain you and moving it again and again. So here's some of the effects of not saving your energy. This is so serious, people. Lack of motivation. You stop caring about things you used to care about because your energy's been sucked up. You had trouble sleeping, which is the number one thing most people don't realize. They start not sleeping well and not figuring out why. You get irritable all of a sudden. Like I said, you see that name come across that text message. Oh, what the hell Maria want today? Because I already know what it is. Physical fatigue, you get apathetic, and then lasting headaches. And headaches you never had before. You just get them from all the reason you have too many people that are draining your energy. So to fix that, number one thing we talk about all the time on here is setting boundaries.
Mm-hmm.
You have to again, you have to be comfortable. And I keep saying this, I wanted to sink in everybody's head. You have to be comfortable with saying no. That's setting your boundaries. Because if you never do it, you're never going to have energy for yourself because you're always going to be caring about making sure everybody else straight and you're last. And then you wonder why you get irritable because everybody else is maybe flourishing and you're sitting here like, damn, I'm sitting in the same spot. The people in these, you heard of an energy vampire, that's an old term, but that's real. These people come into your life, like I said, when they call, they're the venting or dumping, and there's a difference between the two. I can call you, Kesha, and say, man, I had a rough day, and just kind of go into it. But if I'm always calling you, I'm just dumping it on you all the time, and just dumping, and dumping. Like, I'm never asking how your day's going. I may
Right.
give you a, how you doing, sis?
Right.
And then
Story of
boom,
my life.
good, I'm into it. I'm just dumping it on you, and then oh man, thank you for letting me talk to you. Hang up. All you've done is absorb all of their energy. And this can be family. I don't care who it is. You're absorbing all that negative energy, all that energy you're absorbing it, and you're not able to let none of your stuff. So that's why saving your energy, especially in this time that we're living in right now, is important. Comments.
I agree, Dr. Rhea. But that's the story of my life. They call me and they'll say, hey, how are you doing? How's your day going? I'm like, fine, and boom. I'm like, I didn't even get a chance to say anything. You didn't tell me your whole everything that went on in your day. And then when I get off that phone, I'm feeling so drained. I mean,
Right.
not just physically drained, I be mentally drained, Dr. Real.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Right.
I be
Exactly.
so mentally drained. That's crazy.
Yeah. And sometimes that's funny that you say that. My daughter used to ask me that, and I never paid attention. But I mean, to your point, also, sometimes people are waiting for that door to be open to pour everything out on you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because when I used to come home, she would have a habit of always saying, "So, how was your day?" And I'd be like, "Oh, it was all right." And I'm continuing to go on to do whatever it is that I was doing. And she would never say nothing, but after a couple of times, she kind of checked me a little bit. She said, she said, I always ask you how was your day, and you never asked me how was mine. And I was like,
Are we
you're
talking about
right.
my baby?
Yeah, I'm like, you know what? You're right, because she was, and I think it was because at that moment, it's like Jay Money said, I am the person that everybody calls when they are wanting to vent or when they want to
Mm-hmm.
get your opinion or when they want to, you know, help with something. So
Absolutely.
you get used to not asking on purpose because you already know that it's going to overload. You know what I'm
Lead to
saying? And
something.
and sometimes you got to pick your battles. You got to sometimes pick, and energy is, man, it's everything.
And that's so crazy because there's like certain people call me first thing in the morning. I say, yeah, I'm not answering that phone because I cannot allow you to drain me at 8 o'clock in the morning. And that's sad because I already know what my expectations for you when I say hello. It's going to be, well, girl, he did this or he did that. And I'm like, oh, do I really want to hear this 8 o'clock in the morning? So I don't even
Hmm.
answer the phone. And I'm just being honest. I don't.
Right.
You just gotta
Right.
That's how.
protect you. You have to protect you at the end of the day. I said,
Right.
I don't. I'm a person that people talk to about their problems all the time. I've had that going on since I was a
Mhm.
child. I always been
Me
that
too.
person.
Hmm.
But I had to learn a happy medium to where I understood the difference between venting and dumping. It's a difference. I had to
Hmm.
learn
Hmm.
the hard way about trying to. When someone dumps on you, for me, I'm trying to help people solve all their problems. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Say, okay, yeah, you can take yours in the back pocket and just wait for a minute, and then I'm trying to help everybody else. And then, like, man, hold up. You can't forget about you because if you're not 100%, how can I be 100% everybody else? And
Right.
so I had to
Absolutely.
learn that medium, to when to absorb and when to give back, and not to where I'm overwhelmed, to where I don't have enough energy to take care of me.
And then when you say,
Yeah.
well, you need to go speak, I said, only person can help you is Jesus Christ. You need to go there. But I know, friend, but can you just listen? I need you. I'm not a therapist, baby. I'm not a therapist, a psychiatrist. You need more help than I can give you. So why do you feel like it's okay to call me? I'm like,
Yeah.
so this is so crazy, Dr. Real, that you saying that I dealt with that today. So my daughter was like, Mom, that is so draining because she heard it on the speaker. And she's like, how do you deal with that every day? I said, but that's my friend. I gotta be there for her.
But it's still about boundaries, and you can still be there for people, and you just got to know how to separate those things and times and make time for self. I seen a girl post something on Facebook the other day, and what she was doing, she was celebrating her success, and she was giving a testimony of her being able to move in silence versus announcing everything that she was doing. And she was
Absolutely.
speaking of, she had went, she said she's the person that the family always call on. She's the person that everybody wants advice for. So she said she took all of that same energy that she used to pour into other people, and she shut all of that down and poured it into herself and used those things to grow, to gain, and to manifest the
I love
things
that.
that she actually wanted.
I like
And
Exactly.
that.
within a short period of time, she started talking about her success. She posted a little bit of it. It was very long, but I understood exactly where she was coming from, and I felt that because we can't forget about self trying to pour so much into everybody else, because
Hmm.
at the end of the day, you're not gonna have nothing else left for you. You're not. So you
I
have
just want to
to.
pick up the phone and be able to call somebody and say, can I tell you about my problem? No. And
Right.
it'll start off like that. I say, hey girl, let me tell you about that. But wait a minute, let me tell you. I say, oh Lord.
Right.
Don't just don't allow your oasis to turn into a desert. You can't keep giving of yourself until you're dry. You can't. You just can't do that to yourself. You can give, but you want to keep giving to you thirsty because who's going to pour back in you?
Absolutely, Dr. Real. And I like that idea that girl did, Kesha. That was
Yeah.
really good.
She took all that, and I was like, you know what? I could see it. Even with reading
Hmm.
the post, I
Hmm.
definitely understood exactly what she was saying, because it's like we do, and we get, sometimes you go and you go and you go, and you don't even realize that you're doing it.
Hmm.
Um, and you're right. It could be early in the
Hmm.
morning, J Money, and now you
Hmm.
could have been preparing things for self, and now you're drained, and you don't even have that same energy that you were about to pour into yourself to get your day started, because you've already allowed someone to drain and pull it from you, and
Hmm.
now it's given to them. Now they
Hmm.
powered up. They ready to
Hmm.
go. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Now, and you have no fight. You done got them
None.
pumped, ready, and then you looking around like, okay, who gonna help me? Who gonna do me? Like, who gonna pump me up?
As a prime
And
example, I was stressed Monday and I called my friend and I said, oh, I'm so stressed out. I said, this day defeated me. She said, I saw you posted on Facebook because, I don't normally get defeated. And she's like, I saw you posted on Facebook, but girl, let me tell you this. I said, oh, Lord, I just told you I was stressed. How you make it about you?
yeah,
I just told you I was stressed. But I
but we
guess what?
gotta
I said right
we
there,
we
listen.
gotta stop feeling guilty though. It's not a
Mm-hmm.
bad thing. We just talked about all those colors again. That
Hmm.
plays a factor into it. If you got one of those colors coming at you, you just got to be direct with them, or not. Because if you don't, that's how they communicate, and they don't know, and they don't understand that they're draining you. They don't know, and they don't understand that there's a time and place for everything. They don't
Everything.
know
Yes,
because
Kesha.
you're not communicating with them the way that they understand communication. So that's why it's very important to read people, to know people, understand different personality types, and everybody
I
personality is
think
not
my
the same.
problem is I feel like if I tell you how I feel, I'm hurting your feelings or I'm offending you. And I don't never want to offend nobody or hurt their feelings. So I think that's something that I need to work on with self. That hey, if they're hurting you, you could be hurting them, vice versa. But I think that's what it is. I don't be want to hurt sometimes, but I feel like if I don't, then I'm hurting their feelings.
Well, that's because you're a yellow person, and that's okay
And
to
I
do that with a
am.
yellow person, but you definitely can't do that with a red. You got to straight up tell
I
them,
mean, if
hey,
it's the truth,
uh, today is me time. I'll get with you. I mean, it depends on who you're dealing with. That's why you're experiencing that. You got to know your audience. You got to know who you're
Yeah,
communicating with.
very draining. I like this, Dr. Real. That's a good topic. Draining my battery. I only got two battery posts, and you already took one of them off, and it ain't working. I love
I
this
agree.
topic.
I agree. Y'all,
Oh,
we got
Gangsta
about.
Mark said we on top. We on point with our topics.
He
Okay,
did. We
okay.
trying. We trying tonight. But we got about 5 minutes. I just want to say, if y'all tuned in, I know we didn't get a chance to talk about it, Jay Money, and then we're gonna let Dr. Real give us our quotes because I know he got one or two. I just
Mhm.
want to say that, man, you did an awesome job,
Thank
awesome
you.
job, with your podcast, and I was so
Thank you.
excited to sit there and watch,
Thank
sitting there
you.
watching, and I'm just to that point. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I do not watch TV, but when I can watch people that I know, they make me laugh, and I'm having a good time. That's what I'm into. I have not watched TV, and I'm not gonna even say that was TV. But what was the Coming to America came out, Coming to America 2
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
whatever. I
Yes.
watched that, but that's the last time that I really sit down and watch TV. And I don't know. I'm into learning about people that I really know, watching their growth and what they have going on, and interacting and getting connected with them if I can. All that TV stuff to me is becoming like untouchable. It just don't. It don't even. I know it's not real most of it, but it just don't seem real. And
Mhm.
that's
Mhm.
where I like spending a lot of my time. But they said great job. They loved it, Jay Money.
Thank y'all. Thank
Um,
y'all.
It's good. Real good.
Everybody said that you did a great job. So
Thank
she'll be
y'all.
coming back, y'all. So make sure y'all mark your calendars. She'll be coming back to rock with us again on
I
the
got some.
third Thursday of the month. And she got some heat. She
I
got
got some
some
good
heat,
shit for
y'all.
y'all.
She got,
Wow.
in her words, she got some good shit for y'all. That's what she always say. I got some good shit for y'all.
Yes.
She do. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. You gonna take us out with our quote tonight, Dr. Real?
I got two of them for you. And one you kind of touched on earlier. You
Mm-hmm.
might can't judge a book by its cover, but if you take the time to read it, you can get a good idea about the author. So get to
All
know that
right.
person.
All
Uh,
right. I like that.
People never seem to care how they treat you until they're falling and realize the hole they put in their safety net.
Hmm.
Wow.
That's where you always come with some good topics. I mean, good
I wonder,
quotes.
do he be talking to
Some
us,
of
or
them,
he?
I think you do.
you're not gonna catch right away. You have to let it
A lot of it be touching home with me.
Oh my God, that's
mind
Every
splash.
crazy.
time I leave this podcast, I'm like, Dr. Real talking to me. I don't know if he got a sixth sense that he
But we need it though. We need that. We need that. Um,
absolutely,
so we
absolutely.
we want you to continue to do what you're doing by pouring into us, Dr. Real. So don't stop doing that.
Don't stop.
Um, Again, I know we're running out of time, but if there's anyone on here new tonight, I just want to say thank you so much for tuning
And
in and rocking with us. We are here every Wednesday night between the hours of 8 and 9 p.m. Also, make sure that you tune in to all of our other shows that rock on our platform, because we have the Monday night shows. We also have the Thursday night shows. We have the Mamapreneur podcast. We also have Buying and Selling with Bree on Monday nights. And of course, we got your girl J Money after dark. And you always got to put the kids to bed. So make
yes,
sure when you're tuned in
Go
to
to bed.
J Money, do not say that we did not warn you, because you really got to put the kids to bed, because like she say, she got some shit.
and it's
She
Grown
gonna
after
folk.
always
dark. It's grown. It's the grown and sexy, honey. That's what I call it.
Grown folk
Grown
talk.
and sexy.
grown and sexy. It's for the grown and the sexy. Well,
Yeah.
y'all,
Absolutely.
you know what? It's been real. And as we always say, y'all know we ain't got to go home, but we got to get the hell up out of here. And we just want to say thank y'all so much for rocking with us. Y'all be
Yeah.
safe, and we will see you all next time.
Yes.
So,
Peace.
peace.